Alright, what's up, guys? Look, people ask me all the time in my personal life, how do you get an ISSO job? How do you work for the DOD? How do you get into that? And particularly, how do you get into a DOD ISSO job? The money's pretty good. The work's not that complicated once you wrap your mind around it. So there's a lot of interest in doing it, and a lot of people that already work, maybe in the DOD somewhere else, have a lot of interest in becoming an ISSO because it's an interesting way to kind of get your foot in the door with IT or with cybersecurity. So how do you get this kind of job? Let's get right into it. All right, things you'll need. First of all, you got to decide, do you want to be a contractor or do you want to be a government employee? And I'll just tell you, in my experience, plain and simple, contractor is easier than government. Government's slow. Everybody and their mom's dog walker want to work for the government. And the contractors are very eager to hire folks because they've won these contracts that they can do this work and they'll have this many people to be able to service this contract. And so they win a contract and they got to hire. So in my experience, it's easier to get your foot in the door as a contractor than as government. You can become government later. That's just my 2 cents. All right, so that's something you have to figure out, which one you'd rather do. I think contractor is a good way to start. Another thing, you'll need baseline certifications. What is that? We'll get into it. Relevant experience, a good resume, a referral, or a pulse and a clearance. It's kind of a joke, kind of not. All right. So certifications. You'll need an 8570 or 8140 certification. What is that? 8570 is a DOD directive saying that people that work in certain fields, like IT, have to have met a minimum requirement, and in this case, it's a certification is the minimum requirement. Okay, the most common of the certifications that you have to get into the ISSO world is Security Plus, but it's not the only certification. It's by far the most common one, but there are many others. So if you look at this link here, go to CyberMill and look at the 8570 baseline certifications. And by the way, 8570 is in the process, if not completely already replaced by 8140, but it's the same certification, so it doesn't matter. But anyways, you go to that link there and you can see a bunch of different certifications. You can get CISSP, you can get CAS Plus, Red Hat, security, ethical hacker, all kinds of stuff. So do a little thinking about how you want your career to go and decide which one is best for you. If you just really have no idea, then Security Plus is probably fine. But I do encourage people to do a little research before they jump into it. Okay, experience. You don't need ISSO experience per se, but you do need experience that'll translate. IT experience, security experience, corporate experience, etc. Whatever your work-life experience you can make relevant to the job description, go for it. If you're working in sanitation and you want to jump to an ISSO position, it's going to be tough, okay? So I tell people, try to find a job that's at least a little technical to get you some experience that not only will sound better when you interview, but it really will help you, okay? So you don't want to go in there just, lying on your resume, getting the job, and then not having a clue what to do. So try to get a job doing PC repair at Best Buy or some other PC place. If you're serious about wanting to be an ISSO, or even a T-Mobile cell phone store, whatever, at least then you can kind of understand, PI and protecting sensitive data and troubleshooting and, understanding maybe some of the legal requirements around, customer data and things like that, because that's an introduction kind of to the world of cybersecurity and cybersecurity policy. Even better, get an entry-level help desk job. And if nothing else, do some home labs, go home, and do things at home that you can still list on your resume and will still be very helpful in an interview. Bunch of the tools that people use as ISSOs you can get for free and do at home. So go home and do that. I will make an entire video on that if anyone's interested. So if you'd like to see that, comment below. I'll make that video. It's not a problem. And I have a lot of thoughts on the things people could be learning at home that would really stand out on a resume. So I'm happy to do that. So let me know. So yes, experience. Try to get a little something. If you don't have anything at all, try to get a little something technical. All right. Resume. Now, when you're applying for these jobs, don't use the same resume for every application. So you could be going from contractor to contractor on Indeed or wherever. Don't use the same resume for every application. Tailor your resume to shoot the job description, as every employer is looking for something different. Keywords. Okay? Use some of their keywords and try to take your work experience and make it relevant. Did you work at Best Buy? Did you work at Costco? And did you have to manage inventory, including IT assets, meaning phones, computers, anything with memory? Did you do that? Well, then put that. If that's what the job description says, if that's something that is relevant, then make sure you tailor your resume to say that when you're applying. All right. Did you have to troubleshoot company software and hardware? You're trying to clock in and it's not working and you had to reset it? You just did some troubleshooting, my friend. Okay. Put that on your resume. Did you have to help prevent shrinkage and asset protection and think about security and social engineering? Those are all security things. Mention that if it's relevant to the job. Find a way to squeeze it in. Okay, make an ISSO friend. Okay, a referral is huge. So having a man on the inside to make leadership feel confident in hiring is a game changer. Because you know what, hiring people is hard. People can lie. People can be very charming. People can talk the talk sometimes and talk their way into jobs they shouldn't have. So when someone can refer you and they go, oh yeah, this guy or this gal, she's great, they're awesome, it makes people, gives people the warm and fuzzies. So having referral is a huge deal. And you may feel like, well, I don't know anyone, no one would refer me. Use LinkedIn, use Facebook, use Reddit. Find a group of people that work in cybersecurity and try to get a referral. And a lot of times for these contractors, they'll pay their folks to refer people. So they might be happy to refer you even if you don't know a damn thing, because they get some money if you get hired. So you'll never get it if you don't ask. Try to find a way to get a referral, okay? And it doesn't have to be from an ISSO. It could be anyone that works for that contractor, okay? And instead of all that, if all that's too hard, you could just have a clearance already, a security clearance. Yes, because that's going to be a requirement. You have to have security clearance. Do you have to have a security clearance to get hired? No, but you will have to get one when they hire you. So having a clearance is a huge advantage because they're expensive and they're slow. All right? If you're smarter and taller and more qualified than the next candidate, but the other guy has a clearance, that makes it a tough decision for the contractor because they can't really start getting any money from the government until they got someone's butt in the seat doing the work. So they don't want to wait on the clearance and they don't want to have to argue that you're worth paying for. All right? So what can you do? Another thing that you could do, if you've done everything else, take a job that will get you a clearance. Even if it's an office manager job or janitor job, it's worth it to get the clearance. That's what I did. I did not go straight into ISSO. I went to a contractor doing something else, kind of like help desk IT stuff. And I only did that for 6 months, man. Once I had my clearance, I was out of there, okay? And some people will look down on that, but I look down on them because it's worked out really well for me. And that's it, guys, okay? So in summary, get some experience, get some certs, get your resume tailored for each application, and if you can, get a clearance with any old job that requires a clearance, okay? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. For ISO training, you can go to isocamp.com. We got all kinds of stuff over there, guys, all right? Thanks for watching. If this was useful, please let me know. Please subscribe. Thanks.